Thank you for stopping by. We're going to be working on peppermint bark. So peppermint bark, this is the particular kind that I like. What I like to do to prepare is when I make my candy canes, I leave a length out that's twisted. It's good to make little tiny straws and peppermint sticks. So I always use some of the cane and just leave it in lengths to use later in different sorts of projects. The way that I like to make the peppermint bark pits is I take those pieces and I just chop them. Now you can either just twist red and white together and roll it out till it's very thin, twist it and start cutting, or you can go ahead and take a peek at my candy cane tutorial. I'll just show you, there's some little bits here. So I literally just start chopping the string at angles, and I go till I have a small pile. I have a small pile here on the very right hand corner of the screen. So I chop up several bits. It just depends on how many peppermint barks you want to do. Then I roll out a dark chocolate color and a white chocolate color. So let me go ahead and trim some here. I'm just going to trim it to the size I'm going to want my bark to be. So whatever size you think would make a good charm. So I'm just doing a rectangle, so I'm going to be doing squares. But I'm going to set it on the white chocolate color. The white chocolate color for me is a tiny, tiny touch of ecru with white and a lot of translucent. It's a little bit of white with translucent, a tiny, tiny pinch of ecru just to warm up the white color a little bit so it's not a stark, bright white. But as you can see, I'm just doing this since I like to make things in batches. What I do is I trim a strip, and now they're stacked. So that's pretty much most of it. What I'm going to do is cut little squares, and then I'll trim them from there to whatever size I want them to be. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just make sure this is a nice square shape. And this will be the bottom and middle layer. So here it is. I take a little TLS, get it sticky on my fingertip, and tap it onto the peppermint bark. And then I'm going to start placing the little bits of peppermint that I cut up onto the peppermint bark. So there we go. And we just want to fill in any empty spaces. So this is the basic gist. I like to fill in all the empty spaces. So here we go, that's the beginning of it. And let me go ahead and show you the original. So it's hard to tell here, but when you look closely you see the little stripes and you see the inside white pieces of the candy cane. Then what I do from here is I bake it, and then I go ahead and I stick a safety pin through from one corner down to the back. Slide my head pin in, bend it, form my loop, and make it a charm. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this peppermint bark. I figured we should do this since I just did the candy canes. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll be back soon.